Where them numbers at though? Hey, what's up, guys? It's gfunkyboxing here. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Look, man, I want to say this, okay? It's been, a couple weeks now. We still have not heard an official release from Mayweather Promotions about the amount of pay-per-views that this fight sold between Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz. I guess we're going to find Jimmy Hoffa where he's buried before we hear anything about these numbers. They're missing. It's a big mystery to everyone. But look, we know that the numbers are bad, okay? And look, I don't even care, to be quite honest with you. I don't give a shit what these guys do pay-per-view wise. I don't care how much money these guys make. That's never been what I talked about here on this channel. The problem is it's the narrative, and we attack the narrative that Tank's this big pay-per-view star, And only the fanboys, they're the only ones that really give a shit about this type of stuff, right? Like, these guys literally watch the sport because, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch my favorite fighter because, he sells tickets. And, he sells more pay-per-views than anybody. And, he's selling tickets. He sold out the Staples Center. That's the reason why I watch boxing. Like, the fuck out of here, okay? Look, nobody gives a shit about that. What we want to see is the best guys fighting the best guys. And look, Tank's not doing that. And I want to give you guys, you real fight fans out there, a pat on the back. Because you did the right thing by not supporting this garbage, okay? We know these numbers are bad. Ellerby and Floyd have already been exposed by people in the business, okay? I'm hearing they did as low as around 42K from a source, all right? And look, this is what we have to do to make change, okay? Coming on here yelling and screaming and actually talking about fights that you don't want to see happen, that does nothing. That does nothing, okay? I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Ellerby talked about how numbers have to make sense for fights to happen. That's the way the business is ran. He's right. And because you guys want to promote the fight by coming on here and talking about it, you're helping them out. What you got to do is, like I said, if it's a bad fight, don't watch it. If it's on pay-per-view, don't buy it. If it's near your area, don't go to the fight. These guys pay attention to that stuff. They pay attention to viewership. They pay attention to ticket sales. All that good stuff. They care about that. We shouldn't give a damn about that. And once we start putting our foot down like we did with this fight, now we're really talking, okay? Now we can actually kind of force these guys to do something with Tank, all right? Because that's what we all want to see. We want to see if he's as good as you guys think he is. And even you fanboys out there who think he just beats everybody because he's just so good. Like, he didn't even beat Isaac Cruz. I'm sorry, he just didn't. Okay? He didn't win that fight. We know he got the win because of politics. Okay? He doesn't want to fight him again. So who's he going to fight now? Raleigh? Like, again, if that's the case, don't buy the fight. Don't even talk about it here. Don't give it any promotion, nothing. Just act like it doesn't even exist. That's the best thing to do. Okay? Trust me. They pay attention to that. Look at the other sports. All right? When big stars retire or when things happen and fans don't like it, guess what? They don't show up to the games. They don't watch them. They don't buy the merchandise. They have to do something else to get fans to come back to the sport. And that's exactly what we have to do here with bad matchups and garbage pay-per-views. We have to do the same thing. That's how we really make change happen here in boxing, okay? And now look, Ellerby wants to talk about how this is all about racism, right? We know what they really want to say. They're mad at Tank's success. Look, only the fanboys care about how successful a fighter is financially, okay? Real boxing fans don't give a fuck. What I want to know is how good Tank Davis is. And I can tell you right now, I just don't know. The guy's being matched up in favorable matchups, and that's just the truth of it. Okay, I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Every now and then he might be with somebody that's actually pretty good, but for the majority of the time, that's not the case. And he's the oldest out of all these guys at lightweight. He should have been tested by now. The guys that are younger than him are taking on better opponents, And And look, I was the guy who was telling people at the fight parties, look, pay attention to Tank. This guy could be something when he was on Mayweather's undercards, right? But from there, he's been, missing weight, having bad performances. He hasn't been matched up tough. So it's hard to defend this stuff now. It just is, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to make a pro wrestling comparison here because this is what I see with Tank Davis. Okay, he's got a machine behind him. He's getting pushed to the moon. And this is why he does have more fans than the other guys. I mean, I don't think it's that much more fans, but he has more fans than the other guys in the divisions that he's fighting in. But he's got a machine behind him, pushing him. This reminds me of a lot of you guys who are just as old as me or older will remember a guy by the name of the Ultimate Warrior who wasn't that good of a wrestler, but had a good look, had a good gimmick behind him, and they pushed him to the moon. The biggest promoter in the game, who was Vince McMahon at the time, pushed him, put him in with guys that made him look like $1 million, and he became the champion and was the big star for that company. That's exactly what they're doing here with Tank Davis. It's exactly what they're doing. So look, we just want to see this guy in there with somebody good, maybe be an underdog, have a 50-50 fight at some point. We have to see it. Okay? That's what this is all about. It has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with hating Tank's success. None of that. Okay? So, anyway, guys, I had to ask where the numbers are because you guys are the ones that make a big fucking deal about it, not us. Okay? So, that's why I'm asking the question. We know they're hiding him for a reason, okay? Just deal with the reality of the situation, all right? He's not as big as you thought, and he's going to have to eventually step in with somebody that's going to test him, all right? So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this video here. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I'm out.